Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody posted this picture on Facebook and they want to make this exact shape for a customer. I've done a lot of pictures, and for the one that took this picture, think about it next time. Don't put the wood right on the edge of the paper, and try to take it with really no outside or lights coming in. You can see the shadow. You know, if you have a light right overhead, but you can really take a picture with a phone with not much lighting. So the shadow is going to come into play. The black and the white. I mean, if you look, the disc is actually off the white. But I'm going to give it a shot. So if I was going to do this for myself, I'm going to take the crop tool and I'm going to crop out as much as I can. Just making sure everything's in there, I'm going to crop it. Now this thing is, I don't know what size the disc is. They said what size the paper was, but they'll be able to, I mean, once you make the shape, you can make it any size you want. And this might not even work because the lines of this wood, but we're going to go to trace, outline trace, and clip art. And we're just going to give it a shot. And it really worked pretty remarkably well. I don't think this will change anything, but we'll take away the background from the entire image. Now, you can see the gray, you can see the black of the paper. So we're going to go to Object, Group, and ungroup it. And if we do that, hopefully it'll get rid of the black. It'll get rid of that gray. Now it's a little rough right there, but we're just trying to get basically the shape. I'm going to take away that little part of gray. I'm going to take away that. And it's still rough, but we can deal with this. So what I'm going to do now is take it, and I'm going to go ahead and group it together, and I'm going to move it over. And I'm going to take a rectangle, and I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, and I'm going to set the Smart Fill tool on blue, and I'm going to fill that in. But I'm also going to nudge that over. Well, my nudge is way too big. So nudge it like 3 inches. Okay. And then I'm also going to try to place a dot. And since you have this in your hand, you could tell me or tell yourself what size it is. But I'm going to nudge that over. And now and see, it's so rough. Now what I'm going to do is take the Smart Fill tool again. I'll use a different color, and I'm going to fill that in. Now I'm going to nudge it down and over. But I'm going to start working now in the center of the page, which I don't even know where, okay. It's so small, that is the center of the page. So I'm going to hit the P and put it in the center of the page. That's basically the shape, except for it's so rough. So I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to think this is the better side because this has more nodes. So I'm going to take a 2-point line and hit P. Now to make it perfect, I'm going to actually move this circle. I'm going to have to go to Object and break the curve apart, but I want this circle in the middle, regardless of what we do. Now I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key, and I'm going to delete this side. Now that's basically the shape, but I'm going to get the shape tool, and I'm going to delete a couple of nodes. And I'm going to watch what I hit to make sure it doesn't change anything. And it kind of did. See, that didn't really change anything. That didn't really change anything. I don't want that node right there. You could also use the the smoothing tool, which we'll probably use. Let's see what happens when we do. See, it didn't really change. The least amount of nodes you have, the sharper it's going to be. See, none of that changed. I don't think we need to run the smoothing tool over it. We could. Just hit it, just go real fast. It didn't change anything. It actually added nodes. So that might not have been a perfect scenario. But I'm watching when I hit this. See, it's changed it just a little bit. So I'm going to leave it like that. Now our dot's still in the middle. I'm going to take this line and delete it. I'm going to grab just the line and Control D while holding down the control button. I'm going to mirror it. And then I'm going to look at my joints. You know, it's a little bit, it's hard to tell with the other one, but they'll have it in their hand. See, that's kind of a flat side. This is kind of a flat side. Then you've got two, you know, if you look at this, you have three objects selected. Well, if you take your Smart Fill tool, fill it in, and then you can move it over and you can left click. And if you're going to cut this out, you're going to right click on red. There's your shape. Pretty close, I think, to this. Your hole should be virtually in the same place. Now, this particular piece of wood has been like rounded off in the corner, looks like a little bit, where your laser is not going to do that. And then they asked the question about, so I don't know what size this is. And if you know what size it is, you know, just measure it and it's going to be the same shape. So top to bottom, this is 1.5 inches. Let's say the real one is 2. With your ratio locked, make this 2 inches and everything's going to be the same. Then they were actually asking about engraving on this. Well, depending if you're using just the wood that you're going to test and it's not too thick, you know, you could cut this out and with thicker wood that a laser won't really cut and drop it down in there. But, you know, just put whatever you want, whatever text you want in there. And I don't know, they're on a Epilogue website. You know, here's another little tidbit. If we have the text and shift select that and go EC, that put the text in the center both ways. But at least it's equal. So if you were just going to engrave this and cut it out at the same time, then you don't have any problems. Because it's just going to cut it out. And just, let's say your wood is, you know, this big, and you did 2 of them. Or if you want to cut this out and then put another piece of wood in that same hole and just engrave it. Let's say you want to engrave on the other side. This thing is 100% equal. If you don't move this piece of wood, you can just flip this and then engrave on the backside. I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.